What's going on, guys? Today we will have the roundup for this week's Monday Night Raw. Was it exciting and interesting, or was it boring and pretty forgettable? I mean, forgettable not really, but neither exciting nor interesting. Don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe if you're enjoying my content. So Wrestle Nation welcomes you to today's video, so stay with us. Raw obviously kicks off with Mace and T-Bar, who have actually gotten a really big upgrade to their tires. Drum rolls please. Face paint. Yeah, face paint. They freaking got face paint. And it's not even Jeff Hardy or Sting level face paint. Nah. It's literally Mojo Rawley type face paint. Fucking hell, WWE. This is just terrible, man. Holy. Just give them their old attires and outfits. For God's sake, just let them be themselves. As Retribution split up, just repackage them and actually make them look believable. Yeah, and as it was advertised, it was Mace and T-Bar going against Braun Strowman and Drew Mcintyre in a tag team match to start off the show. But Braun pretty much told Drew backstage that he will do what he couldn't get done last week, and that is beating the former Retribution members in a handicap match. So starting off, Drew is already out of the match. I don't really understand where they're trying to go with the storyline. But anyway, Mace and T-Bar got disqualified by both beating Braun Strowman in the corner, and then out came Drew to save the day. After the commercial break, we have the match that was actually advertised, which was a tag team match. I mean, it was a decent transition to make Drew look good, but it just isn't working for me. And I mean, I don't really want to hate that much, but it just wasn't good. I mean, it was a pretty decent wrestle match, but then we got a terrible finish. Basically, Drew accidentally hit Braun outside the ring. T-Bar then threw Drew McIntyre into the barricade and got into the ring before the 10 count, which Drew couldn't get in time for a 10 count. And there are your winners, Mace and T-Bar. Obviously, the not so stupid Braun got angry, and after the match, he hit Drew with a power slam, and that was it. Your opening match for Raw, that was absolutely terrible, and it actually made Drew McIntyre look weak, which we should never try to do. Like, the team as a whole lost, like both Braun and Drew, but pretty much Drew was the legal man and he lost the match because he was counted out. So that's a loss for Drew basically. And that isn't going to be his only loss of the night, which is absolutely frustrating. Then see Drew requesting a match with Braun tonight from Adam Pearce, and Adam agreed. Next, we have a completely unexpected Miss TV. Like, it's not every week on my television, but we already have the guests in the ring, which are Elias and Riker. Miz and Morrison actually continued to take credit from Bad Bunny's moment at WrestleMania, and also for him selling out his tour tickets within minutes. They actually had a mini concert before they were actually interrupted, but oh my god, that was horrifying for my little ears, you know, like, no, please never do that again. And thank god they got interrupted by Damian Priest and the New Day, which the New Day actually brought out a guitar box in which they had tomatoes, and they went ahead and threw those tomatoes at the concert performers, as you would. I guess it's easy to assume that they didn't like the concert, so therefore they threw those tomatoes at them. Yeah, that pretty much sums up my opinion about the concert too, so I'm up on that. I mean, it was a pretty hilarious moment, but come on, man. If you look at what Damian Priest used to be and do in NXT and what he's doing now on Raw, it just isn't used properly, man. And I really just want the creative team for Raw to just wake the fuck up and actually give us a decent product. Because at the minute, it ain't looking bright. But yeah, after that, we got the 7-man tag team match in which the New Day and Damian Priest won after a roll-up by Xavier Woods. And the one to take the pin was Jason Riker. So pretty much he was there just to take the pin, let's be fair. We then got to see Sonya Deville introducing Charlotte Flair, who was indefinitely suspended after attacking a ref, and also a 100k fine which she had to pay. But then pretty much Sonya announced, obviously after Charlotte apologized to the ref and to the WWE Universe and to the WWE management, that the suspension has been lifted. And of course after that, because Charlotte had to apologize, she also made the ref apologize to her as well, because she's Charlotte Flair, I guess. But then we found out that Charlotte will actually be in action later tonight. We also got Braun Strowman going to Adam Pearce and asking from him that if he beats Drew later tonight, that he will make the WrestleMania Backlash a triple threat match, to which he actually accepted. We then see the appearance of the WWE Champion Bobby Lashley with MVP. Pretty much he just bragged about how he beat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, but also the fact that they weren't told about the triple threat and that it isn't fair to have a possibility for him to lose his championship without even being pinned, and to have a triple threat match without asking the champion for his opinion. So a really good promo by Bobby Lashley. He's actually getting better and better at promos each week, and that it just excites me and it just makes me so happy to see this character actually evolving. We then found out what planet Matt Riddle is actually from.
I'm from Earth, shut up.
And actually was the one thing that Randy and Riddle have in common.
We have nothing in common.
Except for we're both from Earth.
This is actually really interesting that the RKBO is actually gonna happen tonight. I found out from Randy that they will have a match tonight, and that match is next. So we got Riddle and Randy Orton against the former Hurt Business members and actually the current Raw jobbers, which is really unfortunate for the talent that they are. But yeah, Sheldon and Cedric, that's their introduction from me. This match was actually really good. We seen a catching RKO when Cedric tried to jump on Randy, but he delivered his signature move. And then we see Riddle and Randy actually working awesomely together, with Randy delivering his DDT and then Riddle delivering his floating bro for the win. So with that being said, the RK bro might actually happen, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this is actually going to work, because there are two different characters, let's be fair. The one thing that I really don't want with these two is how WWE does rivalries recently. So I don't want them to actually have a tag team and then feud because they couldn't get on the same page, the same as they did with Sasha and Bianca or Rhea and Asuka. Just let them be a really good tag team for a while, maybe win a championship, a tag team championship, and then you can do the proper feud between these two. We next got the Alexa Bliss's Playground segment, in which she pretty much threatened the WWE Women's Division, I guess, in her way, yeah, you could say that, by saying that she will unleash Lily to play. This was a really good segment, with a cliffhanger as well, as all the Alexa Bliss segments are. So yeah, really good. I'm really excited to see what's going to be next for Alexa Bliss or Lily. But where is Bray Wyatt or The Fiend? What happened to him? Because he said in that segment after WrestleMania that he's reborn. So he kinda has to appear somehow. Maybe actually in some form when Alexa Bliss unleashes Lily? Well, we will actually see, but I do really miss The Fiend though. I do really miss him so much. Next we have Charlotte Flair against Mandy Rose, in which we continue to have the altercations between Charlotte and the ref Eddie. But ultimately Charlotte delivered the natural selection and won. Oh, hail the queen. Man, I fucking love Drew. In the segment before his match with Braun Strowman,
I was under the impression it was get these hands, not get these handouts.
that actually cracked me out so much, and it's because it's so goddamn true as well. So yeah, we got the match between Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman, but mid through the match, Bobby Lashley and MVP graced us with their presence, and they will be on commentary. The match itself was actually pretty good, with really good moments, but the finish, man, it just lacks so much. I know WWE are trying to do creative finishes, but the path they're going is just not working. So Strowman went for the power slam, and Bobby Lashley and the MVP interfered to help Drew, who delivers the future shock DDT to Braun Strowman. But then T-Bar and Mace interfered when Drew tried to go for the Claymore, and finally Strowman delivered the power slam. 1, 2, 3. Strowman is going to WrestleMania Backlash and is making this a triple threat match. I mean, this was just bad if you ask me. Like, why we gotta make Drew McIntyre look weak? He doesn't need no help to win, and then you don't even give him that. You go ahead and distract him to lose. Like, what the fuck was the point of this? I just miss how WWE used to book Drew like a strong force. Now he does look like a strong force, but he just has so many dumb booking decisions. People are really behind him and you're just making him look weak. So pretty much Drew just lost 2 matches in one night. Unbelievable. But at least we're going to be seeing a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash. This is better because we've seen Drew against Bobby at WrestleMania. So this just freshens things up a bit, you know. Really good competitors as well. So I'm hoping that this will be Drew McIntyre's WWE coronation. Also, hopefully WrestleMania Backlash will have fans as well. But if this was done just for Bobby Lashley to retain, it was just a waste of time. It was just pointless, man. So yeah, that was this week's Monday Night Raw. Let's be fair, it was a terrible one. I have seen a lot of people actually complain on Twitter about watching Raw and that this is boring, and a lot of them have actually gave up on watching Raw. And that just reflects on the ratings for Raw as well, which it was almost 1.8 million. It was like 1.700, you know. But yeah, WWE has to do something about this. They just have to make their product just interesting, and they just have to focus on Raw. Just make it more interesting and exciting, and hopefully that will happen because Vince doesn't like bad ratings, so he just has to step up his game. Please leave a like, subscribe and comment, but most importantly, wherever you are, love pro wrestling and stay safe, peeps. Love ya.